Hey, Radon here. This episode we're going to take a look at all we know so far about dragons in the land of Skyrim. I know, if you're watching this, chances are you've already heard a lot about them already. So I've decided to format this video with that in mind. I've divided this video into 5 main sections: story, dragon allies, types of dragons, dragon slaying, and dragon armor. So if you feel you know enough already about, say, the story, then you can simply skip right over it. Otherwise, take my hand, baby, and we'll explore the wonderful world of dragons. Hundreds and hundreds of years ago, the dragons of Skyrim apparently went extinct. Now enters Alduin, the World Eater. Alduin is a big, lonely dragon, so he reintroduces dragons to Skyrim. Aw, that was nice, Alduin. Thanks for saving your endangered race. Now to hell with you. As Dragonborn, you gotta get busy dragon slaying, while uncovering mysteries and truths about their return along the way. There's a lot more to this story, but that's all we know for now. Bethesda tells us that not all the dragons we encounter in Skyrim will be out to kill us. They don't go much into the details, but what they do tell us is that we will be befriending a dragon in our journeys. They also go on to tell us that this dragon is named. Now there's a lot of confusion out there on the web about this, so I'm just going to go ahead and clarify. Some people think this means that they will get to name their dragon. You will not get to name your dragon after your kitty Mittens. By saying the dragon is named simply means the dragon already has a name, and that you will know this name. You'll actually shout this dragon's name, and he will come aid you in your battle. Pretty cool. There are a couple unique dragons in the game, but generally speaking, there are 6 main types of dragons that have been revealed so far in Skyrim: fire, frost, black-skinned, white-skinned, bronze-skinned, and green-skinned. Now the pecking order is frost dragons are stronger than fire dragons, while green-skinned dragons are stronger than both white and bronze-skinned dragons. Now this is speculation on my part, but I think black dragons will be the toughest of them all. Bethesda tells us that black dragons are Alduin's chosen servants. Wait a second. We know that our encounter with dragons will be more or less dynamic. Lucky for you, dragons aren't hard to spot. I mean, you'll have time to prepare before you're forced into battle. On that note, you don't need to slay every dragon that comes your way. You can choose to face the creature like a man, or run away like a little girl. In all seriousness though, my guess is running from them might just have to happen on occasion. Since dragons can show up at any time, what happens when you're not prepared? Like say you're engaged in a battle with another monster. Bethesda says these dragons act as boss fights, so I bet they're no walk in the park. In any case, once you do decide to face off with a dragon, the battle will start with them in the air. To bring them down to your level, you have to use ranged abilities, or melee them when they fly close enough. Hey, actually, better yet, later on in the game, once you have your dragon companion, call him down to give you a hand. Once the enemy dragon takes enough damage, he will crash, or land, and fight you on the ground. Once you've finished him off, in the most stylish way possible, of course, you will absorb the dragon's soul. In doing this, you are taking the dragon's very essence, which you will then use to learn new dragon shouts, or make existing shouts more powerful. The more dragons you slay, the more dragon-like you become. Imagine what powers you will gain when finally slaying Alduin, the World Eater himself. It gives me nerdgasms just thinking about it. So once you've absorbed the dragon's soul, the only thing left behind will be the bones of this once fearsome creature. Being the eco-friendly hero that we are, we want to use all the dragon. So once we're a talented enough blacksmith, we can use their bones to craft our very own dragon armor. And here's the Xbox Live version. Now I'm going out on a limb here, but I'm sure this armor will be extremely powerful. Kinda like the Imperial Dragon armor in Oblivion. And that pretty much sums it up. One last thing you might find interesting. When you're fighting your first dragon on 11-11-11, listen closely when it goes to breathe fire. Dragons in Skyrim use magic, or more specifically, they use shouts, just like you. If you're listening close enough, you'll hear them talk. Well, that concludes episode 2 of Skyrim Daily. If you're coming off episode 1, my apologies for the delay of this episode. Ran into a little production trouble, let's just say. But the important thing is, I've got it all sorted out now. On that note, if you're watching this and haven't seen episode 1, go check it out. I mean, you've got nothing else better to do until November 11th anyway. Speaking of which, I plan on putting out one more episode before the game's release, after which stick around, because I've got some really fun stuff planned for this show post-game launch, including, but not limited to, Skyrim Let's Plays, walkthroughs, more news commentary, mod reviews, machinimas, and more. I want this show to be all about enhancing your Skyrim experience, so if you're interested, stay tuned.